They were the royal couple everyone loved to watch. Their drama was public. Their divorce was messy. And for decades, we were told they couldn't stand each other. But now a royal eviction notice has changed everything. As King Charles prepares to force his brother, Prince Andrew, out of his multi-million-dollar mansion, a shocking truth is emerging. The Duke and Duchess of York are not at war. They are forming an alliance. What is the real nature of their relationship now? And is their unexpected reunion a desperate survival strategy, orchestrated from within the palace walls itself? Welcome to Royal Report 24/7, the channel that isn't afraid to uncover the royal family's deepest secrets. If you want the unfiltered story behind the headlines, you're in the right place. Before we reveal the explosive details of this royal pact, make sure you're part of our inner circle. Subscribe to Royal Report 24/7 and hit the like button right now. Your support allows us to bring you these exclusive reports. Share this video to help spread the truth. Now, let's pull back the curtain. The situation is dire for Prince Andrew. Royal Lodge, his 30-room, Grade 2 listed mansion in Windsor, has been his home for over 20 years. It's his sanctuary, his last remaining symbol of status and power. But King Charles, as the head of the royal estate, has had enough. The king is determined to slim down the monarchy. And a scandal-plagued, non-working royal living in a palace fit for a king is no longer acceptable. An eviction is looming. Financial pressure is being applied. The crown is not willing to continue funding the massive upkeep, rumored to be in the hundreds of thousands of pounds per year. Andrew has been told, in no uncertain terms, to downsize, to move to the much smaller Frogmore cottage, the very home Harry and Meghan were evicted from. The symbolism is of brutal public humiliation. But Andrew is refusing to go. He is digging in his heels. He's reportedly told friends he will remain at Royal Lodge until the end. It's a standoff between a king and his disgraced brother. And in this battle, Andrew has only one consistent ally. One person who has stood by him through the Epstein scandal, through the loss of his titles, through everything. That person is his ex-wife, Sarah, Duchess of York. Now, this is where the story gets fascinating. For years, the public narrative has been one of bizarre but platonic friendship, the divorced couple who still live together. We were told it was a matter of convenience, a quirky arrangement, but sources very close to the couple are now revealing a different story. A story of a relationship that has deepened into a powerful, codependent alliance in the face of a common enemy, exile from the royal family. Let's look at the evidence. Sarah Ferguson was diagnosed with malignant melanoma earlier this year, her second battle with cancer. And during this terrifying time, who was her most vocal and present supporter? Prince Andrew. He drove her to medical appointments. He was photographed by her side, looking somber and supportive. This was not the action of a detached ex-husband. This was the action of a devoted partner. But the support goes both ways. Sarah has been Andrew's most fierce defender. While the rest of the world condemned him over his association with Jeffrey Epstein, Sarah stood by him. She has consistently maintained his innocence in the court of public opinion. She has provided him with a home, both physically and emotionally, when the rest of the institution turned its back. Why? What is the true foundation of this unbreakable bond? The answer is more complex than friendship. It is a bond forged in shared trauma and mutual necessity. Think about their history. They were both outsiders who never truly fit into the royal system. They were both ridiculed by the press, Sarah as the Duchess of Pork, Andrew as Air Miles Andy. They were both cast out from the inner circle after their divorce. They have both been financial liabilities to the family for decades. They understand each other's pain in a way no one else can. They are two halves of the same story. And now, facing the ultimate rejection, losing their home, that bond has solidified into a fortress. They are a team, a unit. They are fighting for their survival, and they are fighting together. But here is the most controversial theory from our palace insiders. Is this reunion entirely their own idea? Or is there a darker, more calculating force at play? Some within the palace walls see Sarah Ferguson not as a problem, but as a solution, a containment strategy. Let me explain. The royal family's biggest fear regarding Andrew is that he will become a loose cannon, a bitter, isolated man with nothing left to lose who might give a disastrous tell-all interview. He is the single greatest threat to the monarchy's stability. So, how do you neutralize that threat? You keep him contained. And who is the best person to contain Prince Andrew? The one person he has always listened to, Sarah Ferguson. By allowing, or even quietly encouraging, this alliance, the palace may be ensuring that Andrew remains under watch, that he is managed. Sarah provides him with stability and a reason to stay out of the spotlight. She is, in effect, his keeper. This theory suggests that the king's eviction threat is real, but the end game is not just to get Andrew out of Royal Lodge. It is to force him into a position where his only option is to rely completely on Sarah, thereby ensuring his silence and his containment. Financially, their fates are now completely intertwined. Andrew's income from the sovereign grant has been slashed. He relies on his Navy pension and, reportedly, help from the Queen's private estate. Sarah has her own debts and financial obligations. They cannot afford to maintain Royal Lodge without royal support. By joining forces, they pool their limited resources. They present a united front, not just emotionally, but financially. It's a survival pact. So what does the future hold? The eviction battle is the most critical moment of their post-royal lives. If they win, and Andrew manages to keep Royal Lodge, it will be a stunning defeat for King Charles and a massive empowerment for the York duo. It would prove that they can defy the king and survive. But if they lose and are forced into Frogmore Cottage, their dynamic will be tested in a much smaller, more confined space. The pressure could break them, or it could force them even closer together. Some even whisper about the possibility of a remarriage. A final, symbolic act of defiance and unity against the institution that rejected them. The truth about Andrew and Sarah's relationship is this. It is the most complex, misunderstood, and strategically important relationship in the royal family today. It is not a joke. It is not a quirky footnote. It is a high-stakes drama of survival, loyalty, and a love that has been reshaped by scandal and exile. They are no longer just the divorced Duke and Duchess. They are the York Alliance, and their fight for a home is really a fight for their very identity. The outcome will redefine their lives and send shockwaves through the House of Windsor. This story is developing by the day. The eviction notice is the ticking clock, and every move Andrew and Sarah make is a calculated step in their final, desperate battle for relevance. If you are captivated by this deep dive into the royal family's most secretive alliance, you cannot afford to miss our future reports. The Your drama is just one thread in the vast royal tapestry. To make sure you get every update, like this video, share with your friends, and, crucially, subscribe to Royal Report 24/7 and hit the notification bell. The battle for Royal Lodge is just beginning, and we will be here to report on every shocking development. Thank you for watching.